y'all, let's get into some Marvel news. This Drake and Kendrick beef has had us all in a doozy, but let's focus. Let's get back onto some nerdy stuff. So, here recently, basically yesterday, the scooper My Time to Shine Hello pretty much came out and said, hey, Ryan Coogler has officially signed on. He's going to be directing Black Panther 3, which I think we all knew he's going to direct Black Panther 3. But the news is she stated that Marvel wants Ryan Coogler to direct the X-Men live action movie as well. Now, I'm 50-50 on it. A part of me is like, yeah, My Time is just throwing stuff out. I don't know about this. And a part of me is like, hey, maybe Coogler is down to battle both franchises. So the reason I'm a little skeptical is because Coogler likes to write and direct his films. He likes to have a certain level of control from what I've noticed. Most of the films he's been involved in, he's wanted to have hands-on the writing and behind the camera. I've also noticed that he's a pretty laid-back kind of guy. I don't think he likes to have a lot of pressure put on him. And honestly, I think doing the X-Men would be a big commitment to him because I'm pretty sure Marvel wants someone who's going to take this franchise and rock and roll with it for about 2 or 3 movies, right? So he already has to handle Black Panther and Wakanda and all of that. I don't know if he wants to jump into X-Men too. The commitment just seems so very serious. And right now he pretty much has this partnership with Warner Brothers where he has ownership and equity into the intellectual property that he has with them, which is he's doing a vampire movie. If this vampire movie is successful, he is going to do sequels. So I just don't know if Ryan Coogler wants to do Black Panther, then run back over here to Warner Brothers, and I got to work on my vampire franchise and come back and work on X-Men. It seems like a lot. Not saying he can't do it, because he probably can, but I don't know if I believe this rumor that Marvel wants Ryan Coogler to direct X-Men. You know, I like Coogler. He's one of my favorite directors right now. He's young. He was able to come in and make a very large impact in the game. So if he got the job, I would be cool with it. But honestly, the most important thing about the X-Men is you have to find somebody who can write. X-Men 97, everybody is loving it. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people ain't really down with Bo DeMaio, but a large percentage, I would say 95% of people love X-Men 97, and that has to do with the script. Bo DeMaio has found a way to balance the politics, the wokeness, the gayness, as well as staying comic book accurate. Like, it's such a gumbo that he's been able to stir and whip up every week. Now, I don't want to take nothing away from everybody else. Don't get me wrong, this was a team effort. But the big reason this show is successful is because of the writing. And he has done a vast majority of the writing on this show. We just can't take that away from him. So my concern with X-Men is not who's directing it. It could be Ryan Coogler. It could be... It has to be someone who's able to write and tell an impactful story. And Bo DeMaio has been great with doing that. Ryan Coogler could do it too. But there's also other people outside that can do it. Like Misha Green, who did Lovecraft Country. You know, I've heard some bad things about her. Some people don't like working with Misha, but the way that she handled Lovecraft Country was great. That, yay, if y'all want a person of color to handle X-Men, there's a lot of people you can look at. Go check out Misha Green. So for right now, we're going to keep our eye out and we're going to see where this Ryan Coogler X-Men thing goes. The rumor is they are ramping up X-Men. They are actively looking for writers. They are actively looking for directors. And it seems like they want to do an X-Men movie in the multiversal saga. I don't know how this is going to work out, but we'll come back to it. So GianCarlo Esposito has confirmed that he has officially signed on with Marvel. And no, it's not for Professor X like he originally wanted. We all thought that's who it was going to be. Come to find out, it's actually going to be a brand new original character. So my theory is he may be popping out in either Fantastic Four or Blade. I really hope he's not just some throwaway character and they just shoot him into Deadpool. GianCarlo Esposito has put in the work, he has put in the time, and he deserves to have a good, solid role in the MCU because he's talented. He can do it. He's not just going to take some throwaway job. I don't know if a lot of y'all know this, but GianCarlo Esposito was offered the role of Classic Loki, and he turned it down. He's like, nah, I don't really want to do one season, and y'all tossed me away. So whatever this role is going to be, I hope it's something pretty dope. Now, when he says it's a new character, you got to keep in mind, sometimes Marvel will create new people in the MCU, like Layla from Moon Knight was a new person. She's not from the comics. Phil Coulson. I'm pretty sure it's some other people, but Layla and Coulson are the ones just like pop into my brain right now. So GianCarlo Esposito is saying it's going to be in that same frame. It's going to be someone who's never been in the comics before, and it's a new character. Now, due to rewrites, Blade lost Delroy Lindo, and they also lost Aaron Pierre. What a loss. I was ready to see Aaron Pierre as a vampire. He was going to be the villain, too. Oh, that was a major loss to lose Pierre. So I'm hoping that whoever GianCarlo Esposito is playing, it's on the supernatural side over there with Blade. GianCarlo Esposito has been fan casted with so many different characters. I've seen, of course, Professor X. I've seen Dr. Doom. I've seen Magneto, Galactus. Just recently, I also saw, before he told us who he was going to be, a lot of us threw out the name like, yo, is he going to be a Kang variant? So he's had a lot of different options available. So hopefully in due time, pretty soon, we can find out what movie he's going to show up in and who's the character he's going to be playing. Hopefully we get an announcement at Comic-Con. I doubt it's Deadpool. I hope he's not in Deadpool. I'm placing my bets on Fantastic Four, Blade. Thunderbolt's going to be slight third place. Hopefully it's not Deadpool. All right, and other rumors. Marvel is interested in bringing Keke Palmer into the MCU. Now, some people want her to be Rogue, but I can guarantee they're not going to race swap Rogue. They will make Gambit Creole before they race swap Rogue. Now, sometime last year, maybe it was a year or so ago, Keke Palmer dressed up as Rogue and the internet got hyped like, yo, we want to see Keke Palmer be Rogue. And then, of course, you had some people who's like, no, I don't want to see a black Rogue. Y'all are trying to change everything. So I think that may be how she got on Marvel's radar, because it trended for like a day or two. Yo, I'm pretty good at guessing who these actors could possibly be. But for Keke Palmer, I have no idea. I'm lost. I have no idea who Marvel could be looking at her for. Who do y'all think Marvel wants Keke Palmer to be? And don't say Storm. I've seen some of y'all say Storm. Keke's too little to be Storm. I also seen a rumor today that Marvel wants Janelle Monáe to be Storm. No. Storm has to be very tall and regal and powerful when she walks into the room. Jodie Turner-Smith has been my fan cast for Storm ever since I seen Queen and Slim. When she walked on the screen, I said, that's Miss Monroe. She is that girl. Now, Jamie Lawson. Jamie's been on my watch list too. But Marvel just needs to walk across the street, the Star Wars. Jodie Turner-Smith right now, she's in the Acolyte. When she finishes with the Acolyte, say, come on over here, sis, and be Storm. And pay her whatever she wants. Give her the money. That's what I want to see is Storm. Now, for my niece, Keke Palmer, and for my cousin, Janelle Monáe, I want y'all in the MCU, but we got to find a role for y'all. I don't know where we're going to put y'all, but we're going to fight to get y'all in here. But it can't be Storm. Storm has to fit the mold. We're also hearing rumors that Wesley Snipes may be entering the MCU. Now, we don't know which project it could be. A lot of people are saying Deadpool because we're hearing that Deadpool is adding so many different cameos. I'm 50-50 on if Wesley Snipes will be in Deadpool as Blade, because Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes did not have a good time on the set of Blade 3. Wesley Snipes was egotistical. He was the big guy at the time, and I heard he was pretty much mean to Ryan Reynolds. And Ryan was like, yo, I will never work with that man ever again in my life. It was a terrible experience. They said Wesley will walk onto the set and just push Ryan Reynolds, be like, get out the way, boy. He just was bullying Ryan. Now, it's also rumored that Halle Berry and Wesley Snipes was in a relationship back in the day, back in the 90s, and the relationship wasn't good. It was very toxic. It was bad is all I'll say. So it's been rumored that Halle Berry as Storm is going to be in Deadpool. So this is why I'm a little iffy on if they'll put Blade, Wesley Snipes in a movie with Ryan Reynolds, who he didn't really get along with, as well as Halle Berry, who he had a pretty much nasty relationship with. I can't see it happening. Now, the other side of me is thinking they're trying to make a ton of money on Deadpool. They want to make a billy. They want to go over $1 billion. I think they're aiming for $1.3 billion for this movie. And when you want to make that kind of money, they saw what happened in Spider-Man Far From Home. They want to throw cameos in from everywhere. So when capitalism creeps in, People will do some weird things to make money. Now, is it possible that Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes have had a conversation and they've made amends and they cool and Ryan is like, yo, I want you in this film? That's very much possible. Is it possible that over the years, Wesley Snipes and Halle Berry have made amends? It's very much possible. So yeah, with all things being perfect, I could see it happening. You just never know. Weirder things have happened. And honestly, Ryan Reynolds, if anybody can make this happen, it's Ryan Reynolds. He has built up enough relationships in this industry that it just seems like people will do things for him. They just like him. He's a likable guy. Not to mention, if you go to Wesley Snipes' Instagram, if it's still up, he just recently posted a picture of Blade. So, I'm 50-50 on this one. It's very much possible that Wesley Snipes is showing up in Deadpool with a Blade cameo. On the other hand, he could also be showing up in Mahershala Ali's version of Blade. I can very much see that happening. That would be the perfect thank you to Wesley Snipes, honestly. Because if we keeping it a buck, Blade paved the way for the MCU. Because back in the day, when Marvel was going bankrupt and all these movie studios was buying up the property to own the rights to all these characters, Blade was the first one to make a movie, right? Wesley Snipes said, yo, I'm going to be Blade. And that movie made a ton of money. When Blade made all that money, Fox was like, yo, we got to put our X-Men movie out. Sony was like, yo, we got to put our Spider-Man movie out. Blade is the reason we are here today. Everybody thinks it's Iron Man. Salute to Robert Downey Jr. He killed it. But Blade put the concrete on the ground so Robert Downey Jr. could run with the baton and blow the MCU up. So right now, we got to figure out, are we going to see Wesley Snipes in Blade? Or is Wesley Snipes going to show up in Deadpool? Or are they saving him for Secret Wars? We shall see. So, Marvel Zombie news. Marvel Zombies is an animated TV show. We're going to have 4 episodes. It's going to be TVMA rated R. I have heard that it is going to be brutal, gruesome, and everything you expect in a Marvel Zombie show. Now, the rumor is Miss Marvel is going to be the lead. I don't know how. I don't know why. That's what I heard. I'm also hearing that Mahershala Ali's version of Blade and Moon Knight will appear on the show. Wanda's supposed to be the villain. I've also heard that Yelena Belova, Shang-Chi, and Namor may be showing up as well. Yo, I'm ready to see Namor. We haven't heard from Tenoch Huerta in a long time. I want to see Namor back on the screen. So, that's all I have for Marvel Zombies. In Deadpool again, there's rumors that Chris Evans may be showing up in this film as a cameo. Any guesses on who he could be playing? The rumors are saying he may be coming back as the Human Torch. And no flex, bro. I hope this Deadpool story is good because I have heard about 10 million gazillion cameos and you can throw all these people in here. I hope the story is great for Deadpool because my Lord, everybody's supposed to be showing up. I've seen speculation that Michael B. Jordan may be showing up as Human Torch as well. It's just crazy. Honestly, I wish some of those cameos were saved for Secret Wars. That's my wish. Like I said earlier, from a business standpoint, Ryan Reynolds is trying to make as much money as possible. So I understand we going to throw everybody in here. It's going to be entertaining and funny. But a part of me is also like, y'all better make sure the story is good too. Make this all make sense. So when people leave out the theater, they can say, yo, that was a great story. The cast budget for Deadpool, I know it's crazy. I know the cast budget is insane. So, do y'all think Chris Evans is coming back to play the Human Torch, or could it be a Captain America variant? We should be seeing it in about a month or so. It's also rumored that Marvel wants The Rock to play Apocalypse. Do I believe that? Absolutely not. Nope. Not after what happened with Black Adam. I don't see it happening. Another reason I don't see it happening is because earlier the reports were Mr. Sinister was going to be the villain. So where did Apocalypse come from? And we've already seen Apocalypse. So I can't imagine that Marvel is going to want to run Apocalypse back right now so soon. I was excited for seeing Mr. Sinister live action. That's what I want to see. Now, there's also rumors that Ben Affleck has been in conversation with Marvel, trying to figure out which role is going to fit him. I've seen some fans say, yo, let Ben Affleck be Dr. Doom. And I say to you, have some imagination. So many great actors in the world, and y'all want Ben Affleck to be Dr. Doom. Y'all don't care about Dr. Doom. If y'all cared about Dr. Doom, you would want someone to play him who is very dynamic. I'd rather see Ben Affleck play Cyclops. Ben Affleck gives me real Bruce Wayne. He gives me real Cyclops, real I follow the rules energy. I can't see him giving me big Dr. Doom vibes. You know what I'm saying? Whoever plays Dr. Doom has to have a little theater. But he also got to be a little swaggy because, you know, Dr. Doom got some money because he's a leader of a nation. But he also has to be very powerful and arrogant, egotistical because he's smart. You got to find somebody who's very seasoned or go grab somebody straight off of Broadway. I'm talking about you are going to have to find an actor to play Dr. Doom. Ben Affleck is really just like Batman. Rich, still, square guy who just stays in the basement with bats. He's real Scott Summers, just a good guy for the team. Can you imagine Ben Affleck trying to wield magic and be Dr. Doom? Ben Affleck ain't got that dog in him to be Dr. Doom. Ben Affleck would be a great Cyclops, though. He gives me real stand-up leadership, Jean Grey, family. That's what I can see Ben Affleck doing. Not Dr. Doom, nah. So many people give Dr. Doom to Nikolai, Fassbender, Cillian, Anthony Starr, Sam Reed. So many talented people who could really pull off Dr. Doom. Ben, you would be a great leader of the X-Men. That's what I'm feeling. So, who do y'all think Ben Affleck is in talks with Marvel to play in the MCU? Leave your comments below. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace.